Dreams of distant shores years after restoring Te Fiti and uniting the islands, Moana is now a respected navigator and chief in training. But she's haunted by dreams of a distant storm-wrapped island glowing with blue fire. The ocean shows her a strange relic washed ashore, a shard carved with ancient symbols. Gramatala's spirit whispers, "Your journey isn't over." Moana sets out to uncover the truth. Maui returns. Moana seeks out Maui, who's been laying low after losing, then regaining his hook. He's reluctant at first, enjoying his semi-retirement as a hero/legend. But when he sees the relic, he goes silent. He's seen this magic before. It's connected to the deep realm, an ancient part of the ocean even he fears. He agrees to sail with her again, reluctantly. Rebuilding the Wayfinders, Moana gathers a new crew of Wayfinders from different islands. Lee, a wind singer from Tahiti Tama, a young fisherman with shark ancestry, Anai, an inventor who sails with mechanical birds together. They restore an old double-hulled canoe and prepare for uncharted water. The ocean gives them passage, but warns of danger. The whispering fog crossing a forbidden reef, the crew enters a thick supernatural fog. They hear whispers of ancient gods, and time seems to shift around them. Their boat is pulled underwater, but saved by a giant manta ray. Moana recognizes it as Gramatala, guiding them to the surface. They awaken on a floating island of singing stones. The song of the stones sing of a long-lost island. Ulamai, once the spiritual center of the ocean. It was sealed away by ancient guardians after being corrupted by a dark tide spirit called Kike. Maui admits this entity predates even Tika and may still be alive. The island is rising again and calling to Moana. The relic is a piece of Ulami's heart. Kaiki awakens back at Motunui. Strange tides rise. Storms never seen before begin destroying nearby islands. Villagers speak of shadows in the waves and ships swallowed whole. Kaiki, the tide spirit of chaos, has returned, seeking to reclaim what was once hers. Moana realizes the relic is a key and Kaike wants it. The race begins. Into the deep realm, the crew descends into a trench known as the Ellipse of Lono, guarded by giant sea serpents. Inside, they discover an upside-down city ruled by the Forgotten Ones, lost demigods rejected by the world above. Maui recognizes old friends turned bitter enemies. They agree to help if Maui challenges their leader in combat. Cue the "You Got Old" bro musical number. Moana's trial. Moana must pass a spiritual trial in the Temple of Echoes. She faces versions of herself, leader, girl, voyager, dog. Each demands something of her. She learns her true power isn't the ocean or leadership, but balance. She emerges glowing with a new oceanic mark across her arm. The shattered voyage, Kaike attacks in the form of a massive serpent of tidal wave. She demands the relic, or she'll drown every island until she reclaims her throne. The crew flees through a storm, their boat shattered. Maui loses his hook. Again, Moana and Lee are separated from the others. On Halamai, Moana and Lee wash up on Halamai, now fully risen, wild, and whispering. Spirits circle them, singing in languages Moana doesn't know but feels. They find a forgotten shrine with murals of Moana herself, long before she was born. Lee wonders, were you always meant to find this place? Moana begins to believe destiny runs deeper. The hidden memory inside the shrine. Moana finds a memory crystal left by the first Wayfinders. It shows how Kaike was once a guardian spirit, twisted by grief and forgottenness. The ocean once chose her too, but rejected her after the Great Silence. Moana weeps that she's not evil, she's lost. But can she still be saved? Reunion and rebuild. Maui, Tama, and Anai reunite with Moana using floating turtle shell boats. Maui has forged a new temporary hook using volcanic metal. The crew rebuilds their ship from Halamai's ancient driftwood and sails powered by wind songs. They head to the Heart Pool, the only place where Kike's spirit can be healed. Kaike pursues them, now a storm-given form. Journey to the Heart Pool. The crew braves flame whirlpools, singing jellyfish and mind illusions. Tama nearly drowns confronting the spirit of his lost father. Maui helps him through it, revealing his own regrets about being abandoned. Moana and Maui sing "And Not Alone," not again, a ballad of shared burden and new purpose. They reach the Heart Pool, but Kaike is waiting. Final showdown with Kaike. Kaike creates clones of the team, each fueled by their self-doubt. Moana confronts her own shadow, a version of herself who stayed home, never sailed. She accepts all versions of herself and transforms her relic into a healing heartstone. Maui distracts Kaike as Moana dives into her tidal body. Moana's choice within Kaike's spirit core. Moana sees her memories, her rejection, rage, and sorrow. She offers Kaike forgiveness, not as a hero, but as one once lost too. Kaike breaks down, shedding her monstrous form. She whispers, "I was the first. You were the last." She dissolves into the ocean, at peace. The ocean's blessing, Halamai, begins to bloom with life. New coral grows, birds sing, and long-lost wayfinding songs return to the air. The ocean lifts Mona's canoe as it did years ago, choosing her again. The relic becomes part of her necklace glowing. Maui bows, teasing, "Okay, now you're the chosen one." The voyage home, the crew returns, sails high with new maps, stories, and unity between islands. Each crew member carries something they didn't have before. Courage, family, wisdom. Motunui welcomes Mona as both voyager and future leader. Even her father says, "We were wrong to think the world ends at our shore. A new wayfinding age begins." Farewell to Maui. Maui chooses to continue his journey, this time helping forgotten islands find themselves again. Moana gifts him a pendant carved from Hulane stone. He gifts her a second tattoo, a spiral wave that glows when she's in danger. They part as equals, singing a short reprise of our welcome. Maui rides off on a flying stingray. Chief Moana is crowned full chief of Motunui. But she builds a new navigation school atop the cliffs, a place for voyagers, explorers, and storytellers. The final lines of Gramatala's voice echo, "You found your heart and gave it to the horizon." She smiles. She's not done voyaging yet. Post-credits scene, a new calling. A child on a distant island finds a glowing shell. The ocean parts for her. A whisper, a find her. The child stares into the horizon where a new spiral star shines. Mona's legacy begins again.